We're going to start with B defense. This is actually a difficult area to make some lineups for, at least in my experience. So some really easy ones that aren't necessarily lineups. You can just aim at this corner up here, and that's going to reveal all of the important spots. You can aim down more to get more into the doorway. Another spot is right inside of the window there. So if we, this might take some practice to get a good spot for it, but it's going to reveal pretty much all of the window and everything out here again. It does have a blind spot here, but that's a risky spot to play anyway. So now for some actual lineups. So we're going to be looking for this window here. We're going to align this wall pushed up against it, just up with that window. And then we'll take the top of our shock dart icon and align with this wall, but up to this line here. So the top of your shock dart icon is going to be right where I'm aiming. And right up there. One charge, one bounce. This one's useful for both defense and for post plant. It's going to hit right up there, reveal all of window. And yeah. The next one, going to hit the same spot, but we're going to be doing it from this corner. So we're going to take the, we're going to be looking for this corner here, the first concave corner to the left of the flag. We're going to be placing the second line of our charge bar slightly into that corner. 2 charges and 1 bounce. Again, it's going to come out there and reveal all of the important stuff back here. One more arrow that hits a really important spot but is likely to be destroyed. This arrow is not super practical, but it's going to be useful. So we're looking for this flag right here. We're going to align the left part of our charge bar so that the flag is waving just below it. Do 2 charges and 2 bounces. It's going to come all the way over here, land in the middle of this hallway, reveal all of this area where the attackers like to play. So now some B defense arrows from this spot here. We're going to be aligning the top right of our shock dart icon, first with this corner here, and we're going to go maybe just 0 to 1 pixels inside of the black line so that the shock dart icon is just barely or not visible into that black line. And then do 2 charges and 1 bounce. It's going to land up here on this awning. And I'm sure you can see how valuable that arrow is. Yeah, reveals a lot of important spots. This next one is more for the beginning of a round. Again, we're going to be taking the top right of our shock dart icon, but we're going to be aligning it with this corner where the light meets the wire and the umbrella, right where I'm aiming. So again, the top right of your shock dart icon, so it just meets the light there. 2 charges and 1 bounce. Same as before. And that's going to land on the inner side of this. Actually reveal anyone playing in here, as well as behind cave and out on the site slightly. So for a couple of lineups from metal doors, we're going to be standing in this corner. I like to get them in this corner by backing up into this wall and just sliding over until you stop moving. So we're going to be lining up this corner of the building, the bottom left part of your charge bar while crouching. Just like that, and then we're going to adjust up ever so slightly. So there's a few pixels of blue in there. Do full charge, 1 bounce. It's going to hit this corner. And this lineup's pretty precise, so you'll have to practice it most likely. For an easier lineup from this spot, so again, we're just going to back into it, slide off of it, you can try again. And we're going to be putting our crosshair on top of this building. Then looking at the middle of our drone icon. We're going to be splitting this line here. Middle of the drone icon there. Crosshair at the top of the building. And just tap. And hit this sign and accomplish something really similar. For mid defense, there are a lot of arrows that you can do standing in this corner. I'll show you some of them. So if you want to reveal it over near cannon, look at this little brick that sticks out on the wall next to this mountain. Aim right next to that, just left enough so that you don't hit the wall. You can just do a 2-bar. And that's gonna land right over here and reveal anyone trying to push in there. Next arrow, we are going to be looking for this little white part on this brick here. We aim directly to the left of that, just left enough so that we don't hit this metal beam. We do full charge, 1 bounce. It's gonna hit the satellite, and that actually gives you an amazing amount of coverage for this whole area if they are pushing up mid. Next area, the next dart has a mix-up. So we're looking for, again, this little white part next to this window. So if we aim just directly at that or slightly to the left, do a full charge, 1 bounce, we're going to land right on that corner. Again, going to reveal pretty much this entire area. And to mix up that dart, aim at the exact same spot, and then just do 2 bounces. And it's going to aim back here. That'll also reveal up into cannon. A lot of the same stuff. So for B-side attack, we've got a bunch of arrows, and they're all going to be 2-bar, 0 bounce. So for the first one, we are going to look at this leaf sticking out here. And we're going to align the top right part of our shock dart icon. See where the little tip goes? Just align the tip right below the leaf. We're lining up right where I'm aiming. Top right part of the drone, or the shock dart. Do a 2-bar. That is going to hit right there and reveal this whole front right part of sight, including this corner right here. Next one is going to be looking for this white brick here, and specifically this line. And we're going to line up the line between our shock dart and our drone. And this shock dart will work right here, but we're going to adjust it up and to the left slightly, so you may have to practice this.
Revealing area.
Just do a 2-bar once again. That's going to come back and hit this leaf. If you didn't adjust, it would still hit the leaf, but it's going to hit further up and over here, so that it makes it possible for people to hide under it and have a blind spot. The next arrow is going to be for revealing this part of sight, specifically for people that like to hide behind that wall. So we're going to be looking for this patch here, and specifically this corner right here. And we're going to take the space between our left and our drone icon, the left drone wheel in the middle, place it right in the middle like that. Once again, do a 2-bar. It's going to come up and hit right up here and reveal this back corner of sight, as well as behind this wall. The last one, we're going to be lining up with this corner of the cannon. And we're going to line up the line between our left and right mouse buttons. So just right up to that corner. We're going to do 2 bar and jump.
Scanning ahead.
If you don't jump, it'll hit the wire. Just going to hit there. Go back here as well as on back sight. And all of these have blind spots. So we need to have a good selection of arrows to clear out different parts of sight. So I've got 3 arrows for attacker side A. This first one, we're going to be lining up with this section of this wall. I'm going to line up the second line of your charge bar, and then place the bottom of the charge bar just above this little tip, and make it so that the charge bar is in line with this nub here. Might have to practice this one, but we're going to do full charge 2 bar.
Scanning ahead.
And this is going to come through one of these holes here and bounce up and hit the bottom of this, reveal most of back sight. The next arrow is going to be for revealing metal doors. So we're going to line up with this wall here. It's not super precise. And we're going to aim in line with this little section here, but up top, the top of the garage door. Just do 2 bar, 2 charge, 2 bounce, 2 bar. And this one is likely to get destroyed, but it's going to reveal this whole area. And another benefit to this is that the enemies that are going to be sitting here, if they're watching the arrow, they're going to be watching it bounce, waiting to destroy it, and that can give you a window of opportunity if you want to try and peek them. You can also have it bounce just once or not at all for a mix-up, and generally you can get a lot off of that. The last one here, we're actually going to be standing in this corner, and then we're going to be lining up this corner here where the red meets the gray with the very bottom left corner of your UI, and then do 2 bar, 1 bounce.
Revealing area.
It's going to fly over here, bounce off of that, and hit this corner, and reveal a good chunk of sight.